I'd like to welcome you, Adi Ezroni, producer of the film Holly. Welcome to A Woman's World.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you've obviously been recognized as an actress in Israel and elsewhere, but I think many of our audience members won't know that you're also a filmmaker, producer, and activist in your own right. Can you explain more about that?
I was an actress for many years in Israel. I still do stuff in Israel and in the States. But about 4 years ago, when I came to New York, I met my business partner, my producing partner, Guy Jacobson, and when he told me about the idea of producing Holly, it was apparent to me that that is a project that I want to be part of. And I think without even knowing what I was getting into, I said, you know, whatever it needs, whatever we need to make this happen.
Tell us about the challenges, though, of actually making the film.
Well, Holly is a film about one girl that's sold to prostitution from Vietnam to Cambodia and her encounter with an American man. And the idea was to represent the millions of children that are sold worldwide through one story, not necessarily pointing a finger at Cambodia, but just giving it as an example for something that is happening worldwide. We were very fortunate to have these wonderful actors, etc., in the film, and but making the film was not as glamorous as it's usually thought of. It was actually more like being in war. We arrived in Cambodia, and a couple of days after we landed, we got a call from the Interpol telling us that we're crazy and that there's contracts on our lives and we shouldn't be there. Obviously, we're naive filmmakers from all over the world coming to Cambodia to expose an explosive subject matter that they didn't necessarily want us to expose. Holly is a feature film, so we had about 100 people crew with lights and cameras, and we were shooting in the real locations. So all the brothels, all the streets, a lot of the extras that you see in the film are real people that in some time in their life were somehow part of the industry, of the sex trafficking industry. So we were in the core of what the mafias in that area saw as their, gem, and they didn't really want us to disrupt it.
What is your hope with releasing this film?
The most important thing about Holly and the two films that are in conjunction with Holly is really to spearhead a worldwide grassroots campaign that not only raises awareness to the issue, but also promotes specific actions. For Holly, and what we've tried to do is create that platform of action so that you finish watching the film and you're able to log on to the Red Light Children campaign, put in your name, email, and zip code, and actually send a letter that's pre-written with a blueprint of the ideal situation that needs to be done, that needs to be there in order to reduce the number of children sold and trafficked to prostitution worldwide. The Bush administration has been very strong and is very supportive of targeting the demand side of this issue and reducing enforcement, increasing enforcement, stronger laws, legislature, etc. So, to answer the question, the films are spearheading this campaign, and we believe that in order to make a difference, we're using mass media. We're using a film that has Ron Livingston from Sex and the City in Office Space, and has Chris Penn, Sean Penn's brother, in his last screen performance, Virginie Ledoyen, who's a big French actress, Udo Kier, huge German actor. We have some of the top South Asian actors, including a 8-time Thai Academy Award nominated actor in the film. So we are leveraging the fact that maybe you won't go to a conference about trafficking, but you'll go to a movie, and maybe you'll come out and say, oh, I can actually do something about it.
And of course, you have the full support of the State Department.
Yes, we've been very lucky to find wonderful partners the U.S. State Department's Office to Monitor Trafficking in Persons is a very strong supporter of the film. And it's very exciting because we feel like we're giving the State Department a vehicle to use for their needs in terms of outreaching for young people and letting people know and doing things in conferences. And we're gaining this incredible partner who is doing so much and is so important internationally in making sure that other countries are following U.S.'s lead.
What countries in particular have a human trafficking problem?
I wouldn't name a specific country, but I will say that every country in the world has a problem, whether it's a country that it brings in children or is exporting children. And definitely every country in the world has some sort of base of clientele that is traveling for this.
Where else can our audience go for more information about human trafficking?
Two places. How do people get involved in the issue and in the film? First of all, obviously, I'll recommend everyone to go watch the film and bring their friends. They can log on to priorityfilms.com/join, where we've listed a long list of ways to get involved, raise awareness, create special events for organizations, corporations, schools, social networking online, et cetera, et cetera. And in addition, for the issue itself, log on to redlightchildren.org and become part of the campaign and become part of the audience that is lobbying the representatives in Congress and Parliament to do something about the issue.
Well, thank you so much for the information. Thank you for taking the time to sit with us today, and good luck with this very worthy venture.
Thank you so much.